Let me guess. You think QA clicks buttons all day, finds a bug, tells a developer, hey, this thing is broken, right? No. If that was QA, AI would have already taken all of our jobs. Today, I'm going to explain what QA actually do, how the QA process works, and why QA is the reason you can order that burrito on DoorDash. Most people think QA works like this. Open the app, click around randomly, something breaks, report a bug, go home. If that was true, every company's QA team would just be made up of interns. But QA isn't about clicking. It's about thinking like a paranoid user with trust issues. And that's a skill. QA's job is simple to say, but hard to do. Make sure the product works before the real users touch it. That means QA asks questions like, what is the feature supposed to do? What could go wrong? What will the users do that the dev team didn't think of? And what will break at 3 a.m. on launch day? QA doesn't just test features. We test assumptions. Developers assume users behave logically. QA assumes users are a bunch of first graders all fighting for the last cookie. Before testing anything, QA asks, what is this feature supposed to do? Because you can't test something if no one agrees what something is. For example, the requirement says, user can reset password. The QA asks, is the reset going to be by email or SMS? What if the email is wrong? What if the link expires? What if I try 100 times? Congratulations, you just saw the creation of test cases in action. Next comes test planning. QA decides what needs testing, what's risky, and what can break the whole system. We don't test everything equally. If the change profile picture feature breaks, that's annoying. If checkout breaks, then the company loses money. QA focuses on where failures hurt the most. Alright, this is where clicking happens, but on purpose. QA tests happy path, which is a normal user flow, edge cases, which are things that a user might do, but probably not, and negative cases. These are the cases where we know the user is going to do something wrong, and we have to catch it and let them know, or it could break the system. Here's an example. So if I was a normal user, I would enter a valid password. If I was a QA user, I would do things like enter no password, enter a password with 500 characters, use a password full of nothing but emojis, refresh the screen immediately after you hit that submit button, or turning off Wi-Fi somewhere in that process. QA isn't about trying to break the app. We're proving it can survive reality. Finding a bug is easy. Explaining it clearly is the real skill. Someone using your app might come up to you and say, hey, your login is broken. A QA would say, well, what did you do? What was expected? What actually happened? What environment were you in? And do you have any proof, like a screenshot or video? QA is the translator between it doesn't work and here's exactly why it doesn't work. Some people think QA exists to slow things down. Wrong. QA exists to stop emergency fixes, angry customers, one-star reviews, and all those mean tweets about QA that say, did they actually test this thing? QA doesn't block releases. Bad quality does. QA just points at it. A great QA isn't the best button pusher. They're curious, skeptical, clear communicators, and calm under chaos. QA is part detective, part teacher, part therapist. The next time someone asks, what do QA actually do? Tell them, we stop disasters quietly. Oh yeah, like and subscribe if you want more of this QA content. I gotta go back to pushing buttons. See ya.